What's up everyone and welcome back to the UFC News Hub. Today let's get started with Khamzat Chimaev says Kamaru Usman was toughest opponent. Khamzat Chimaev has built a reputation as one of the most dominant and relentless fighters in the UFC. His aggressive wrestling, powerful striking, and relentless pressure have allowed him to dismantle opponents with ease. But when asked about the toughest challenge of his career so far, he didn't hesitate to name former welterweight champion Kamaru Usman. The two met inside the octagon in October 2023 in a fight that had fans buzzing with anticipation. Usman took the fight on short notice, stepping up when Paulo Costa was forced to withdraw. Despite having minimal time to prepare, Usman showed why he was one of the most dominant champions in UFC history. From the opening bell, it was clear that this wasn't going to be an easy fight for Chimaev. The matchup turned into a high-level battle of skills, with Chimaev pushing forward aggressively and Usman proving his elite defensive abilities. Many expected Chimaev to dominate with his wrestling, as he had done against previous opponents, but Usman made things extremely difficult. He defended takedown attempts, stayed composed under pressure, and showed incredible resilience throughout the fight. Even when Chimaev managed to take him down, Usman's defensive grappling was on full display, preventing Chimaev from securing a submission or landing significant ground and pound. After 3 hard-fought rounds, Chimaev was awarded the victory via majority decision, but he knew he had just been in the toughest fight of his career. Reflecting on the challenge Usman presented, Chimaev openly admitted how difficult it was to implement his usual game plan. Probably it was Usman. He defended my wrestling very well. His wrestling is good. He defended my takedowns well. He didn't let me choke his neck. I tried to choke him for 5 minutes, but his defense was too good. So yeah, it's probably him, Chimaev said. This speaks volumes about Usman's skill level. Not only did he step in on short notice against one of the most dangerous rising stars in the UFC, but he also pushed Chimaev to his limits. If Usman had a full training camp, many believe the fight could have been even closer, or possibly gone the other way. The respect Chimaev has for Usman after that battle is evident, and it further solidifies Usman's legacy as one of the greatest welterweights of all time. For Chimaev, this fight was a learning experience. It showed him that even the best game plans can be challenged, and that no opponent, especially one as experienced as Usman, can be underestimated. As he continues his journey in the UFC, this fight will likely remain one of the most important tests of his career. Fans will now be eagerly waiting to see if a rematch ever happens, and if it does, with both fighters fully prepared, it could be an even more intense battle than before. Magomed Ankalaev has already agreed to rematch Alex Pereira. The negotiations for a second fight between these two warriors have already begun, and Ankalaev wasted no time in confirming his willingness to step back into the octagon against the reigning champion. In a recent interview, he made it clear that he's ready for whatever comes next. The negotiations are ongoing at the moment. I don't know who will be next for me, but we agreed instantly. If they want a rematch, we are ready, said Ankalaev. His confidence is evident, and there's no hesitation on his part. He knows what's at stake and is more than willing to go through Pereira once again to cement his legacy. Ankalaev's first fight with Pereira left many questions unanswered. It was a battle that had fans on the edge of their seats, with moments of brilliance from both fighters. But Ankalaev seems determined to prove that he can do more, that he can dominate, and that he deserves to be the light heavyweight champion. The fact that he agreed so quickly to a rematch speaks volumes about his mindset. He wants to erase any doubt and leave no room for controversy. Beyond the fight itself, Ankalaev remains a man of strong principles, deeply connected to his family. Despite the chaos of UFC 313, with all the emotions running high, his first thought wasn't about the belt, the victory, or what's next. It was about his mother. My first call, as you can guess, was to my mother to show my face so she wouldn't worry, because she doesn't watch my fights. She worries a lot, so my first call is always to my mother, said Ankalaev. It's a touching reminder that no matter how tough and ruthless a fighter may be inside the octagon, outside of it, they are still human. Now, all eyes are on the UFC to see if they finalize the rematch. If it happens, it will be one of the most highly anticipated fights in the division. Will Pereira prove once again why he's the champion, or will Ankalaev rise to the occasion and take what he believes is rightfully his? One thing is for sure, Ankalaev isn't backing down, and he's ready for war. Alexander Volkanovski, confident he reclaims featherweight title. Alexander Volkanovski is stepping back into the octagon with one mission: reclaiming the featherweight title. Set to face Diego Lopes at UFC 314 next month, Volkanovski is determined to prove that he's still the best despite his recent setbacks. Coming off back-to-back knockout losses to Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria, many have started questioning whether Volkanovski can still dominate at the highest level. But if you ask him, there's no doubt in his mind. He's convinced that fans are about to witness the absolute best version of him, the same relentless warrior who once ruled the division with an iron grip. Speaking to Engage, Volkanovski made his intentions crystal clear. "I think I could beat Diego everywhere. He's dangerous, he's going to be dangerous everywhere, so I need to sharpen up everything. Even if I want to go the wrestling route or grappling route, I think I dominate there anyway. Everyone knows him for his jiu-jitsu, but trust me, I ain't worried if it goes there," said Volkanovski. His confidence is unwavering, and he's sending a direct message to anyone doubting his ability to take the fight wherever he wants. Many expect Lopes to test Volkanovski's ground game, given his high-level submission skills. But Volkanovski isn't just prepared, he's embracing the challenge. Can he handle the fact that even when things are going his way, I ain't quitting? I'm coming back even stronger. I don't even think he'll get me there. But even if he does, I think he's still gonna absolutely hate being in these positions because he's going to realize, I can't stop this guy, said Volkanovski. That unbreakable mindset is exactly what made Volkanovski a champion in the first place. He thrives in deep waters, pushing forward no matter the adversity. His message is clear. Diego Lopes might be dangerous, but he's never faced someone like him. And at UFC 314, Volkanovski believes the world will see exactly why he was the king of the featherweight division for so long. I'll show the world and him that I'm just different. UFC 314, you're gonna see the Volkanovski that you guys are used to. Trust me, he's coming back and he's getting that belt back, said Volkanovski. With the stakes at an all-time high, Volkanovski isn't just fighting for a belt, he's fighting to remind the world who he is. The road to redemption is never easy, but for a fighter like Volkanovski, it's just another challenge to conquer. Jamahal Hill goes off on Alex Pereira's ex-girlfriend. Alex Pereira's ex-girlfriend publicly celebrated his loss to Magomed Ankalaev, sharing a video on Instagram where she called his defeat karma. Here's how Jamahal Hill responded.
Also, caught the video. A lot of people has already seen it, of the ex-girl that he was with, you know, that he cut out of his life because she wasn't being real and things like that, coming in and try to come in and take shots. That's lame as hell. I'm just gonna keep it real. That's like really, really lame for her to do. And just like, she like married, got married to somebody else, you know what I mean, that whole situation and whatnot. And it's like, bro, how have you not moved on with your life from then? Like, this was like over a year ago. Like, you can really tell whoever the plus side was in a relationship, or who was really offering the other person more, giving more than they were being offered, whenever it ends and they feel a need to keep trying to use their name and drag themselves back into the situation or the view of that person. Shawty, you gotta move on and let that go. That's lame.
Conor McGregor also had something to say about Alex's ex. He remarked, "Fugly wash your box." If you missed our video from yesterday, Alex Pereira also responded saying, "I think she should stop mentioning my name because her husband might get jealous." Shama.